All right, today we are diving into a huge contradiction that's playing out in the crypto market right now. See, on the surface, prices look a little shaky, but behind the curtain, some of the biggest names in finance are gearing up for what they believe could be a massive bull run in 2026. So let's break down what they're seeing.
Okay, let's just rip the Band-Aid off right away. As of December 2025, Bitcoin is down a pretty sharp 30% from its recent all-time high. Now, for a lot of folks, a drop like that screams fear, it screams uncertainty, it's a big move, and it definitely has people feeling a little on edge.
And that brings us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? If the market is flashing red, why on earth are major banks, we're talking JP Morgan, Standard Chartered, why are they forecasting record-smashing prices? What do they know that the daily charts might be hiding? So, here's how we're going to unpack that. We'll start by looking at why the market's so on edge right now. Then we'll dive into three massive forces that are starting to converge: Wall Street's money, Washington's official green light, and Bitcoin's own scarcity engine. After that, we'll see how analysts are adding it all up into a perfect storm forecast. And finally, we'll cover the risks, because you always have to look at the other side of the coin. Okay, first up, Section 1. Let's get our feet on the ground and look at the state of play right now. As we're heading into 2026, the mood is, well, tense. And here is the core of that tension. You've got Bitcoin's price pulling back to around $92,000. But at the exact same time, the fire hose of money from huge institutions into those new ETFs, it hasn't even slowed down. This is one of those times where you have to watch what the big players do, not just what the price says day to day. And that leads us perfectly into our first major force. Section 2, Wall Street's big bet. Look, this isn't about your average retail trader anymore. What we're witnessing is the full-scale, grand entrance of institutional capital into the world of digital assets. And the scale is just mind-boggling. Think about this. Over 6.5% of all Bitcoin in existence has already been snapped up and locked away inside these new ETFs. This isn't just a side bet, it's a huge slice of the entire market being taken off the table by Wall Street. And we're not talking about small fish here. We are talking about the sharks. You've got financial titans like BlackRock, corporate pioneers like MicroStrategy, and heck, even the US government is a massive holder. As you can see, these whales are in it for the long haul, and they have incredibly deep pockets.
But get this, the trend looks like it's just getting started. A recent survey found that a staggering 86% of institutional investors are actively planning to put money into crypto in 2026. So, that wave of big money we've seen so far, it might just be the opening act.
Okay, let's move on to the second piece of this puzzle. Section 3. Washington is giving the green light. For years, the biggest thing holding back the big money was regulatory fear. What if the government bans it? Well, that wall of fear is being taken down brick by brick.
You can almost see the dominoes falling here. In 2025, we saw the U.S. create a strategic reserve. Wow. And the Genius Act finally gave clear rules for stablecoins. Now, in 2026, the Clarity Act is set to define who's in charge, which opens the door for incredible innovations, like the first ever IPO settled on a public blockchain. This is what legitimization looks like in real time.
So we've got Wall Street's money and Washington's blessing. Now let's talk about the third and maybe the most powerful force of all, the one that's literally baked into Bitcoin's code. Section 4, Bitcoin's scarcity engine. This is where all that new demand runs headfirst into old-school economics.
Ever since the halving event back in 2024, the rate of new Bitcoin creation has dropped below 1% a year. Now, to put that into perspective, that means Bitcoin is now officially harder money than gold, which inflates its supply at about 2% every year. That's a huge milestone.
And here's what happens when you combine that ironclad scarcity with this new buy and hold mindset from the big institutions. The amount of Bitcoin just sitting on exchanges, ready to be sold, is at its lowest point since 2018. The available supply is drying up at the exact moment demand from the biggest players in the world is waking up. That's economics 101, right? So, let's recap. You've got this three-part engine firing on all cylinders: massive institutional demand, growing regulatory approval, and a rapidly shrinking supply. Now let's see what happens when the analysts plug all that into their models. And here are the numbers. These are not coming from random people online. These are the heavy hitters. You've got JP Morgan targeting 170K, Standard Chartered and Bernstein are both looking at 150K, so you see a pretty clear consensus forming around a major move up from where we are today. Okay, those are some massive price targets. But a target is one thing. The journey is another. How might we actually get there? Let's look at the key signposts and levels that analysts are keeping a close eye on. So, according to the technical analysis, the playbook looks something like this. Step 1. The price has to hold $74,000. That's the foundation, the crucial line in the sand. Step 2. It needs to break out past the old record high of $126,000. If it can do both of those things, then the next logical target for many analysts is a technical level around $163,000.
Now, it's easy to get carried away with all this bullish talk, but we have to be realistic. Nothing goes up in a straight line, and there are definitely some potential storm clouds on the horizon that could derail this whole thing. And these are the big ones to watch. A major political shift, for example, could throw a wrench in all that great regulatory progress. Some unexpected chaos in the wider economy could dry up investment. And on the technical side, if that $74,000 support level breaks, that would be a huge red flag. And of course, you always have the persistent risks of a major hack or crypto just following the stock market down.
Which is exactly why we have to say this, and it's super important. This is all for educational purposes. It is absolutely not financial advice. The crypto market is wildly volatile and speculative. You have to do your own research. Seriously.
So we end up right back where we started, with this one massive overarching question. You have Wall Street's money, Washington's blessing, and Bitcoin's unchangeable code all converging, all pointing in the same direction. So is this the start of a genuine financial paradigm shift, or is it just the fuel for the next great speculative bubble?